Like everything in 2020, preparing for tonight was a little different than in most years. For the past 5 years, I've had the privilege of standing before the membership, sharing the year's successes, and sharing a vision for the coming 12 months. Tonight, I'm going to ditch that format a little bit, and I'm going to focus on 3 words: patience, malleability, and hope. I started working in the outdoor education summer camp world in 2006. Something I learned very early about the people who work in this field is that we're all crazy. And I mean that in the best possible way. Our staff, both our summer staff and our year-round staff, are creative, ambitious, try anything kinds of people. They love what they do and they're full of big, exciting ideas. Some of those ideas are awesome, like scheming up new ways to teach science through fun games and activities. Some of them are a little bit out there, like building a rock climbing wall inside the barn silo, or building an intricate system of tree houses to serve as our staff offices. Seriously, if anyone wants to sponsor either one of those ideas, just give me a call. Something else I've learned working for a small nonprofit is that resources can be scarce. That means sometimes the pace of change can be slow, frustratingly slow, sometimes excruciatingly slow. One of the challenges of my job is managing in a way that keeps the excitement and creativity flowing, knowing that there are limitations that can make this job a grind. In large part, we've spent the last 5 years grinding. 2020 was going to be a big year full of new programs, member engagements, stewardship initiatives, volunteer opportunities, and more. Many of those things, most of those things didn't happen this year, and that's okay. Those plans haven't gone anywhere. This is a job that has always required a lot of patience, and as an organization, we'll overcome this challenging season with just a little more patience. Malleability. My first role at Woldumar was as the assistant camp director in 2008. It was a slow year for camp enrollment, and I ended up doing some maintenance work with a longtime volunteer named Jerry. On the first day I met him, Jerry looked at me appreciatively and said, "Kevin, if you can't find something to do around here, you aren't looking very hard." Jerry's right. In a normal year, our staff members wear a lot of hats, and they must willingly adapt to change at a moment's notice. This year, that was especially true. I want you to think back to where the world was at in May. Where were you at professionally, emotionally? I mean, at that point, I think I was still smearing hand sanitizer all over my groceries before I brought them into the house. The work of our staff this year has been commendable. We're talking about a group of young professionals who, at the height of the shutdown, out of devotion to our kids, our community, and this organization, they willingly put on their masks, they put their health on the line, and they made camp happen. Our summer staff were among the first to get back out there and get back to work. Let me tell you what they accomplished. It didn't look or feel like a normal summer, but we ran 7 weeks of camp with 282 students during a pandemic. 35% of those students were from the homes of frontline or essential workers, and 65% had at least one parent returning to work outside the home. And in all of that, we had 0 positive COVID cases, not even an elevated temperature. I attribute this success to the hard work, commitment, and malleability of our staff. A special mention there goes to Victoria Churchill. Victoria is our hospitality manager. So in a normal year, her time is spent scheduling, planning, and hosting weddings and other events here. She's great at her job. With those gatherings largely shut down, Victoria's mantra became, "What else can I do to help?" And she truly did a little bit of everything, from checking temperatures at camp to cleaning, running social media, even supervising campers. So again, please join me in saying thank you to Victoria. Entering fall, we were able to segue our summer camp success into a new program with Lansing Public and Waverly Schools. Typically this time of year, we'd be running field study programs or field trips. Absent that opportunity, we've opened our facilities to students who need a safe space to complete their virtual learning. There are currently about 20 students who use this space every day, and we're working to add more at the end of the semester. This is not how we drew things up, but again, it speaks to the malleability of our staff in this organization. Last, I want to talk about hope. If 2020 has proven anything, it's that Woldumar is a valuable resource to our community. The parking lot and the trails have been full like nothing I've ever seen before. The words of appreciation from individuals and families have been pouring in. Those crazy staff members I spoke of before, there's something else too. They are people who see what's possible, and then they go out and get it. The hope for this organization, that light on the horizon, is that none of these things are new lessons for us. Nobody has a crystal ball. Nobody can say definitively what the next 12 months will look like, but I can tell you this. Here at Woldumar, we can do what we do, we can be who we are, and we can go on serving this greater Lansing community with great hope for 2021 and beyond.